And we're live. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Four Quarters. All sports, every day, all day. And he's a babe. I really got to stop talking about Aaron Rodgers.
My money's on that.
And to no surprise, my shout out, Caitlin Clark. And we're live.
And we're live.
Oh,
hey!
And we're live. Ding, ding,
Ding,
ding.
ding.
We're talking about birthdays. Welcome in.
Welcome.
We're not going to talk about birthdays anymore, though.
No. So with mine, we did.
How's that different? How's that
Totally different. You're still at the number, a good front number.
Oh, I don't have my. CB, where's my sand thing?
Oh, I'll get it.
We are not at good front numbers like
I
you.
mean, we were going to come on early, and
let's
we're 18 minutes early from 5:30.
It's true.
So welcome back in. Sure. Welcome Wheels back
Finally.
to the show.
Finally.
Ding, ding,
Ding,
ding,
ding.
ding, ding. Thank you for joining us on our Four Quarters Facebook page. 802 Scoops, and I'm not going to say the last one because everybody knows what it's all about.
Right.
Go to YouTube. We are there. You can. Thanks, because you know what?
It's our
Ever
first
since
day.
you gave me that, yeah, it's our first day all the time. If you're not watching, you obviously can't hear what I'm saying, but I want to throw this out to you. For the remainder of the summer, we have concerts in Courier Park. Ding, ding,
Ding, ding.
ding. Tonight is the first night of concerts in a park. And what a great
What a
night.
great night to have it. Yeah.
What a great night. You got Donna Thunder, sponsored by Lenny's Shoe and Apparel. I worked with Mr. Lenny for quite a few years in my early ages. What a phenomenal guy. So we've got this running literally through September 24th. Concerts in the park. Sponsored by 802 Scoops.
Yeah.
Ding, ding,
Ding, ding.
ding, 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 ding. Nice job, Raylene. You want something to do on a nice, warm Wednesday. And in all honesty, you guys, come on, any music's good music.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Especially live music.
That, and especially when it's this nice out.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like,
and
it makes
you're
it even better.
Sitting under
Yeah,
the stars.
absolutely. It was a gorgeous day today.
We've posted it on 802 Scoops on Four Quarters Facebook page. You can look up the 2025 concert schedule of concerts in the park. Maybe I will get to one, but I think it's always on Wednesday. With that being said, we don't have a dog, but we have dog photos.
Photos.
Because we keep asking you guys, we're not telling, adopt a dog, foster a dog. These photos are going to let you know what a dog can do for you beyond them being amazing every second of every day.
Right.
So we've got a picture of Bo who gives foot massages, and he gives really good foot massages too. Now, Wheels has been out of commission on the softball diamond for 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And it was not Paisley's fault.
It was not Paisley's fault. We were running around the neighborhood like we always do, and hit a
rough patch.
Just hit a rough patch.
Down, we're going to call it.
Down I went. Paisley stopped immediately, thank God.
Oh.
Yes,
Literally
drag you.
Because if it was Avery, she would have dragged me.
Yep, 100%.
Avery would have been like, "What are you doing? Somebody wants to pet me. We gotta go." But Paisley stopped immediately, and thankfully we were not that far from home, and she literally just limped along with me back home. It was so
buddy.
stinking cute.
Oh,
See?
buddy.
So stinking cute. She was worried that I was mad at her, that it was her fault. It was
buddy.
totally not Paisley's fault.
So this
Totally
amazing
not.
picture is literally Wheels with, on the couch, elevation, most important thing, and Paisley by your side that whole day.
The whole day.
Paisley is like, this is the best thing ever.
Yeah.
I just get to cuddle mom all day.
Literally for 2 days that I was like laid up in the recliner and couldn't do anything, Paisley did not leave my side.
Aw.
I slept on the recliner, like she slept with me the whole time. Anywhere I went, she went with me.
Oh, buddy.
She's
see?
just...
They're
meanwhile-
amazing anyway.
Yeah, Avery's like, what the hell's going on? Like, why are we sleeping out here? Why am I not in the bed? Like, what? Avery's just clueless to everything.
But
She
that's
is,
why
but so excited
but so
about
excited
life.
about
But
it,
that's
yeah.
why, like, I always say, the dumber the dog, the happier the dog.
Oh my God, then Avery's the happiest dog ever.
Because they're like, my beagle's like this, dumb as a bag of rocks, but like the happiest boy. Like, had no idea what was going on.
Yeah, Avery, that's Avery.
Like, play with him, give him cuddles, give him food, and that's it.
Yeah.
He's just happy.
Yeah.
What Avery does like, though, I learned, is just give her chew toys.
Yep.
Because when we were at your house feeding him the other day, I went downstairs to hang with Jeter for a bit, because that's my thing. That's what I choose to do. And Karen was outside with them. And I'm like, why are you letting Avery chew your sandals?
Yep.
And she didn't even see Avery grab the
Oh
sandal.
my gosh.
Go outside. So she's doing something outside with Paisley or just patting Paisley. And she's like, I didn't see the sandal. And I'm like, well, there's a chunk out of it. Thank God you have 100 pairs of them. With Avery, you've gotta
Yeah.
watch her.
She is so sneaky. She
she's
literally
quick.
tiptoes
Yeah.
and will like snag it with her tooth and then is like, and then just runs like a deer outside. Flipping
That's
it in
what
the
she
air.
was doing. So when I came up from the basement, I'm just looking outside and she's stoked. She's like,
stoked.
"Woo!" And Karen's hanging with Paisley, but I'm like, oh, that's nice that you gave her your slide as a chew toy. And she's like, oh, I did it. Gone.
Yep.
Gone. It's a chew toy.
I mean,
now.
that sounds about right. Yep.
It was freaking hilarious.
Day in the
I
life.
thought.
I got, when I was laid up, I got a new pair of slippers delivered, and within 2 days, it was down to one slipper.
Yeah, gone.
What
The
about
cushion on your couch.
My
you're
cushion, yeah,
You're down
done.
to 2 cushions, one
She
gone.
destroyed my new blanket the other day. I came home and
She is a chewer.
pieces were everywhere. I'm like, what?
They're still good dogs.
Oh, they're wonderful.
I mean, this isn't helping anyone want to foster one, probably.
they're
not
not
all
we
just
went on,
every-
we digressed again.
She's a baby. She's
She's
a
a
baby.
puppy, you guys.
She's a baby.
But
a
she's
baby.
also the sweetest dog you'll ever meet.
Yep.
And
like,
when they do
literally
calm
ever.
down,
Yep.
they curl up in a little
Yes.
ball
Yep.
like Freya, and it's just
And
a little
look
nugget.
Look at Freya. Look how
Freya's a little
cute
nug.
this little
A little
with
nug.
the little nose.
I mean, just buried.
Just
Buried.
Just buried.
Sophie will do that too.
Did
she
you
Avery
put-
does that,
Are
too.
you putting pictures of Sophie up?
Yeah.
Are we doing the
Shout out to my little girl who had to go to the vet yesterday and was so brave. She was so brave, guys.
Way to go, Soph.
The vet texts were like, she was great. She let us put the catheter in. She was great waking up. Like, she was a very good girl. But boy, like, when we picked her up, she was walking down the hallway and like her tongue was like hanging out from the front, and she's just like and then she like just like collapses into like a ball, like mush.
Yeah.
So I had to like heft this 70-pound dog up and like walk her to the car. And she was out of it yesterday and very, very high, as this picture shows. Like I have to show you the video of her walking like she looks like she's drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's doing a little bit better today. Still pretty subdued and sad, but
I mean, they do give us a good laugh even
They
when
do.
they're drugged up.
They do. They're funny.
She was a brave girl.
God bless. God bless. So adopt.
Yes, all of these
Foster.
dogs were adopted.
Yep.
Yes.
They were
Yeah.
all
They were
adopted.
all of ours.
Yep.
Bo was adopted
Yep.
at the age of 7.5.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he was, and he's a great story. He's 13 now.
Right?
He's 13
And still
now.
so handsome.
He is so handsome.
So handsome.
Such a good boy.
He doesn't like stairs anymore.
Yeah.
But he'll still go to the front 2 steps. But as we were walking Freya and him the other night, and he has some arthritis medicine that he takes every other day, but all of a sudden he starts galloping. And he kind of angles himself in front of Freya like, look at me, look at me, look how fast I am. And I'm just kind of jogging with him, and I'm like, what's happening right now? It was like he thought he was 6 again.
Aw.
And when Freya does want to play with him, though, in the yard, it gets
Yeah.
scary for me because
Yeah.
she's a tank.
Yeah.
She's a tank.
Yeah.
I got to get her and Avery to play together.
Yes.
We got another picture. Now we're going to go away from the dogs.
Yeah.
And this is a fabulous picture of Otter Valley
Yes.
softball.
We're a little biased. Just a little.
They are the SVL B-League champs in a huge
Oh my God.
last game of the regular
Last
season.
game of the regular season.
over
was
Hartford.
Over Hartford. Under the lights on a Friday night.
Is there anything better?
No. And the weather was perfect. It was, and I texted you to tell you.
It was 3-3 at one point,
It was
correct?
3-3
Okay.
at one point. But besides like being a part of a game, It was the most excited and into a game I've ever been.
Oh,
Love it.
nice.
But
Love it.
that I hadn't played in. But
Right, right.
they're definitely rivals. Otter Valley beat them by 1 in Otter Valley, but Hartford kind of gave that to them. There was some errors and whatever. This was the best game that Otter Valley has played as a team that I have been to, and I've been to almost all of them. But great heads up base running, great defense. Addie made a great diving catch of a foul ball at first base to end a rally.
Nice.
Sophie Parker, the
Is-
pitcher, is something else.
Keep reading
guys.
about
Over
Sophie.
100 strikeouts.
She got her 100th
Yeah.
strikeout of
Nice
the season
job.
for the. I mean, they're riding high right now. They're on a tear right now.
It's so important that they're playing their best ball now.
yes, yes. So they end up
And
winning
it's on
the league.
both sides, the offense and the
Yes.
defense,
Yep.
and you got the pitching to go
Yep.
along with it.
Yep.
That is so huge. And big opening round
Yep,
of the
they
playoff win over
won-
Harwood.
Yep, they won last night, 24-0 over Harwood.
Now Hartford's playing tonight.
Hartford and Springfield play tonight. Otter Valley plays the winner of that. We're banking that's probably going to be Hartford, so it would be the 3rd time this season they play each other. It's hard to beat a team 3 times.
But it can be done.
But it can be done.
Yeah.
And they're on their home field.
And they'll be at Otter Valley. So, and also a huge shout out, the SVL League Awards were announced. 2 Otter Valley players were named first team league. Sophie Parker,
Sophie Parker.
very well
Good job,
deserved,
Sophie.
and Addison Humstead.
And Addie.
So-
Whoa.
And Mama Wheels, don't
And-
be mad at me that I haven't got
Yeah,
to a game yet.
I know.
I am letting you down, and I admit
right.
it. I am so sorry. I am so letting you down. So we got semis will be coming up then, right? Is this semis?
Quarters.
Quarters. Okay.
Semis
I'm
are
jumping
next
ahead.
week. Yeah.
Jumping way ahead.
Yeah.
Like, let's put them in the semis.
I know.
already.
I'm
Final
ready.
four, baby.
I'm ready. So it's so intense. I'm just-
U32 got upset last night. They were the 7th seed, I think, playing the 10th seed, 13-11. Spalding, our good friend Tara Simpson and Corinne Marino, who coached the Spalding Crimson Tide, are headed to Enosburg.
Enosburg.
Not a fun ride.
Not a fun ride at all. No.
Not a fun
Nope.
ride at all, but they're headed up to Enosburg. And Enosburg, not too long ago, 2 or 3 weeks ago, beat up Mount Abe.
Yeah.
Beat them up.
Beat them up.
And
Yeah.
that, I tell you what, Enosburg
You can
in
never
every
count them
sport.
out. Every
No,
sport.
they are so
Literally
tough.
every sport.
Mentally and physically,
Yeah.
Enosburg kids are so freaking tough.
Yes, for sure.
But obviously, a lot left to go of the spring sports season. Women's League, we got to get Wheels healthy and back patrolling left center.
Yes.
I would say, I'm just going to give you a positive report on Rookie, but I don't want to jinx her. What else do you guys want to talk about? Any shout outs? Any best you've ever heard? I've got a good one.
I'm eating candy.
Oh, you're eating candy. Okay. I got to see where all these things. I forget the quote I wanted to read. The one thing she's so. Okay. The one thing I know about Paige Beckers is she's so grounded, she's so patient, and she's so prepared. And I think she's learned that over the past 4 or 5 years at Connecticut. And all those things she learned at Connecticut, they're going to change the way you look at that team. One day she's going to end up being the best player in the league for sure. We talked about Paige Beckers last week. That is a quote from Diana Taurasi, of course.
Solid comp, man. When you
I mean,
have
when the
Diana
goat- when the
Taurasi
goat says that
saying
about
that
you?
about you,
Yeah.
holy
Yep.
shit.
Yep.
And it's true. You go from, we talked about Caitlin Clark last year, Paige Beckers this year. You go from having incredible extreme success in college.
Yep.
You're getting drafted number 1 because it's a team that's
Right.
Yep.
in disarray, rebuilding,
Yep.
whatever way you want to look at it. And that's where Beckers is at. Out with a concussion right now.
Yes.
For a couple of games. Should be back on Friday, I believe.
She'll be reevaluated. But I wanna shout out to the W. It feels like they're taking concussions a little bit more seriously this year. Because she plays, what's her name? I can't think of her name. I can see her. Anyway.
God, we do this all the time. And then as soon as we get off the air, everybody would come up with the name.
What does she play on the Mystics? She's the Shakira Austin. Thank you.
Who?
Shakira Austin.
Oh, okay.
She was also out on a concussion protocol. So shout out to the W for taking
Yeah.
You have
concussions
to.
a little bit more seriously.
But
'Cause
you're
I don't
right.
remember, was there anyone in a concussion protocol like last couple
Valid.
seasons?
That's valid.
Yeah, I don't
can't
think
remember.
I've heard of it.
I
That's
can't remember.
valid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
So,
Shout out to Caitlin Clark because she still might get teed up sitting on the bench.
yo, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
I had a picture
Love
of
her.
that.
Love her.
And I was going to download the picture, but now I don't know where the picture
Yo,
is.
the
But I'm like,
assistant-
oh my God, she's going to get teed up on the bench now.
The assistant coaches must be like, can we get this girl back on the
Yeah,
court?
get her back out there. She's driving us crazy over
Yeah.
here. And we will talk about the W in the second half of the show. I want to talk about, we were going to title the show Hook 'em Horns, New York, New York. So we're
Hook 'em
going to go to,
Horns.
I'm going to bitch first, and we're not going to bitch about the softball at all, but I don't understand New York.
Nope.
You don't understand New York at all.
No.
So Tom Thibodeau.
They're a terribly managed team, just like the other New York teams.
Try being a New York
indeed.
fan.
Right?
Oh, yeah,
So-
terribly.
You have Tibbs patrolling the sidelines for 5 years for the New York Knicks. And 4 out of the last 5 years, they've been in the playoffs.
Correct.
The last time they were in the Eastern Conference Finals was in 2000. And to me, being the old lady, I think that's the other day. Well, that's 25 effing years ago.
Right.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
25 effing years ago.
CB reborn yet?
Yes, it was.
Thank God she was, but she was just a little tight. He was the 2021 Coach of the Year.
Yeah.
They poll players in the league to say, who would you like to play for? 3 out of the last 4 years, Tom Thibodeau is the coach that players want to play for. In this day and age, don't you freaking want a successful coach that can get through to grown men
Yeah.
whose egos are as big as the gym they play in?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing? I was listening to NBA Today, which I gotta say, love that show. And you got 3 female in studio most of the time on that show. They're talking about it just takes a player or two going to management.
Yep.
And they literally said, I think it was Perk, Big Perk said, there's 2 teams in the NBA that are managed properly where the general manager, the president, and the coach are all on the same page. And it's not players whining to management.
Right.
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 So they pointed this out, went in great lengths about it, and they said, and those 2 teams are the Oklahoma City
Yep.
Thunder and the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, the
Right.
2 teams in the finals.
Right. Exactly.
So it takes a player or two to kick by all means,
Wild.
it is not easy to coach in New York.
No.
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 So you got a dude in place that has been the most successful coach for the New York Knickerbockers
Right,
in
yep.
the last 25
Yeah.
effing years.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you get rid of
Yeah.
him.
I know. I always joke that the Knicks decided to become good when I left New York.
So why? Does anybody have
I
an
feel like
answer?
the coach is always the first one to blame. Like you always go to the coach. Always.
Wouldn't she be up? Wouldn't she honestly be management?
Right. But it's never going to be.
No.
No.
And I want to give great success, or I want to give a great pat on the back to the next coach, but I mean, you're now going to bring somebody in on a team that was in the Eastern Conference Finals that now has to
Floor is
relate to
high.
the
Oh, yeah.
players,
Yeah.
and the floor is high, CD.
Yeah.
He built that program. He instilled confidence in those egos because they're all egos. We all know
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
How you manage egos like that, I don't know.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard 2 names, and the first one doesn't surprise me. Coach Malone, that Denver let go.
Denver let go. Yep.
He already won a NBA championship. None of us can figure out why he was let go.
Right, no idea.
But Denver had some success in the playoffs, so who knows there. And Jay Wright, the coach
Yeah.
of Villanova.
I feel like every year his name pops up.
I was
randomly.
like,
Wow.
if I'm him, where he's sitting in studio, he's
Yeah.
got a great seat.
He's got
next
a
to
great
Kansas
seat.
Parker most
Yeah.
of the time.
Yep.
I'm not giving that up.
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
And then the
A lot
third,
less stress.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
like-
oh yeah.
No way.
Schedule's
So-
way better.
Yeah.
those were the 2 names I heard 24 hours ago. And
Gotcha.
I'm like, well, Coach Malone makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then today, as I'm leaving the house, quick stop, coming down here, Dan Hurley.
Oh
no.
my God. Could you
Oh,
imagine?
No.
Can you imagine? Dan Hurley in New York.
Do you? Oh my God.
And I was kind of
can't-
bummed that I didn't come up with him because it fits, the ego.
The ego.
The ego fits in New York. What do you guys think of that?
Oh my God.
I think it's gasoline to a fire is what I think.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
It'll be so
Tick.
insufferable.
So it's gonna
so
be
insufferable.
it's yeah. Yep.
You know,
yeah.
he flirted with the NBA last year with the Lakers, and everyone thought he was gone. He unraveled at times. I'm being generous, right?
Yes, very.
He unraveled a lot this past NCAA season. Wouldn't it be just like Dan Hurley to go to New York, New York, New York? Mm-hmm. I pray that the New York Knickerbockers, I don't know why I'm calling them that because it's fun. It's just like saying Jackson Dart. Yeah. I pray that they don't even interview him.
I hope not.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even open the door. Don't answer the
No,
phone call.
don't.
It's going to
Don't
be
answer the phone call.
pay-per-view TV if he is coach.
And that would be the only thing, the only upside.
Is that he's the entertainment?
And
Yeah.
is that
Yeah.
really good upside that you should do for your franchise? That
Right.
was two games away,
games,
but
yeah.
one step away
Yeah.
from the finals. Right. But I got to tell you this is going to be a fun finals.
Oh my God,
I can't
so
wait.
good.
I cannot wait.
This is going to be a fun finals.
good.
I'm not a huge. I don't watch the NBA.
You're
at
gonna watch
all,
this, though.
but I'm gonna be watching that.
How can you not? I mean,
Yeah, I
Oklahoma
can't
is
wait.
fun to watch.
Yep.
So fun.
I don't know if there's any good notes on there, Wales. All right. Probably not. Nope. There was some fun stuff that I wanted to read to you guys. So offensively, Oklahoma City and Indiana were exactly as effective as each other in transition. So they love to get out in transition.
Correct. Yep.
And the Thunder have taken that to another level in the playoffs. The Pacers were the only team that allowed fewer transition opportunities
Okay.
than the Thunder in the regular season.
Okay.
So who's going to get back in transition
Right.
defense,
Right.
right?
Right.
I mean, this is exciting stuff.
Yeah.
OKC had the league's lowest turnover rate in the regular season.
That's huge.
Indiana,
Yeah, it is.
third lowest.
Okay.
So talk about taking care of the ball
Yeah.
and living every possession. If you can't get out in transition,
Right. Yep.
get into your half-court set and
Yep.
make the most of
Yeah,
it.
and Oklahoma City had, from January to now, had the best record in the league.
Yep.
The second, Indiana Pacers.
Second Indiana.
Nice.
So
Oh, man.
by 3 games.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
So it's going to be closer than what I think people are predicting it's going to be.
I agree.
I agree. I
It
think so too.
also says both teams have slightly improved their turnover rates in the playoffs. I mean, just when you think they can't get any better.
Right.
Yes.
The Thunder do force a lot of
Yes,
turnovers.
yes, they do. They
Yes.
take pride in playing defense,
Oh,
which is
they
nice
do.
to see because you don't
Right.
see that in the NBA
Nope.
since since the
Yeah.
90s.
You don't see that at all in the
No,
NBA.
no, not since the 90s.
And I think that's why we enjoy these two teams.
Yeah.
And they're young
Yeah.
teams.
right.
Yeah.
I think they are, if you combined both teams, I think I saw the stat, this is the second youngest finals in
Nice.
NBA history.
Nice.
The first one was from 1977.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, these are two young teams that I've also heard, not comparisons, no comps, but they both could run a dynasty similar to Golden State.
Yep.
It's all about
Yep.
keeping your young core
Yes.
together.
Yep.
And referees, please, for the love of God, just let them play.
I know.
The love.
For the
God.
love of God,
Yeah.
just let them play.
Let them play. Yep.
So I'm not going to ask you till we get to whiteboard for your predictions. CB beat me on the Eastern Conference. I said the Knicks in 7.
Okay.
And even when it was 3-1, I still thought the Knicks were going to force that 7th game.
The minute they lost that first game the way they did,
Yeah.
it was
20 points,
like it was
yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. And obviously it cost Coach Tibbs his job
Yeah.
as well.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Anywho, so we're both in. We're all in. All three of us are in on watching
Yeah. I'm psyched.
the
Yeah.
finals.
Me too.
This is amazing.
I know.
We're gonna move on to. I could bitch a lot more about the Knicks, but I'm not going to because you canned this coach. But how long has Aaron Boone been the manager? of the
Oh
Yankees?
my gosh.
You had to. You had to.
Had to throw that out there.
Jeez.
Guys, want to talk softball?
Yes. Let's do it.
CB, do you want to play the video first?
Yes. Yes.
And bear with us if you've seen it. Don't watch it if you haven't. It's a good laugh, and somebody like this kid can relate to it. I can relate to it so well. And it was sent to me, and as I watched it, I was like, Jesus Christ, softball was really like that in the 80s?
This is so retro. I actually love it.
I've seen a lot of old UCLA games, but I don't think I've seen this one.
Fresno State.
You don't
oh my
wear a
gosh, my mom
helmet?
played for that.
I didn't know they didn't wear helmets.
Right.
I was kind of expecting.
I definitely did not know they didn't wear
I was
helmets.
like, what the frick's going on?
Oh, such dot.
The headband.
game?
Amazing.
I just don't understand.
You don't wear helmets?
No helmet.
Is that Debbie Doom on the mound? I think so, yeah.
And Dot
I loved
Richardson's
it.
up to bat in one of the.
I mean, the hair down is definitely, like,
a winning choice.
The uniforms, I'm low-key like them.
Whoa, parkour.
Oh, I was not expecting that. This doesn't really even look real.
How is this legal?
This is legal.
Oh no. Oh, the outfield is so patchy.
It is.
Oh gosh.
It's like above the
Everybody's
ankles, the
like,
grass.
There's some ballers. Oh, did she make the catch? Yeah, she made the catch.
You don't know because it's in the grass somewhere.
That's why Aldi's need
She
this.
could have just picked it up.
This is amazing. Yup, get it. Oh, wow. Oh my.
The narration, the color commentating, I'm going to
Yeah.
call it, is fabulous.
These kids are probably like, what game is this?
Yep.
Okay, we're excited.
No obstruction, I'm guessing, back then. They're crazy. They must have been like dual sport athletes with like gymnastics.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving us 80s people credit.
Just noticed.
Oh, we won. Hey. How much the score has grown, though. I'm just, you know what? I'm glad that they started this for us.
You know what? Tomorrow I'm gonna play my hair down.
That's great. That's brilliant.
That was great. I'm glad that got sent in, and thank you for playing it. And I really didn't think we were that different in the 80s, but apparently we were. I can't believe we didn't wear a bat. I mean, we did in high school. We wore a batting helmet. So I don't know why
I don't know.
they weren't wearing a batting helmet. I don't think they ever mowed the lawn before games. I mean,
It's like our women's league field out there.
Right?
No lines. Nobody mows the lawn. It's
And I
fine.
got to tell you, growing up in the 80s and watching softball then and watching softball now, the game is so
Oh
evolved.
my God, yeah.
When you watched it in the 80s, 90s, if you scored a run, you knew that was going to be the final score.
Yes.
You didn't hit the ball.
No.
And now we're just seeing 14 to
Yeah.
11. We're seeing games where there's 2 outs and you're down by 2 or 3 and you're like, oh, it's Kennedy, it's Landry on the mound, it's my friend there from Tennessee,
Pickens.
and Pickens, who I said, you're not going to catch
Oh my
up
God.
with Tennessee. Boom, there it goes. I'm like, what is happening?
Yeah.
It did, and again, athletes are so much stronger now
Yeah.
as well.
100%.
But the pitching, if you watch the pitching back then, like you were talking about when we were talking about high school pitching, one of my best friends was a pitcher on our softball team in high school, and it literally there was none of this.
No.
It was,
You literally. It's like it's called modified
You did.
pitching. You're just like,
oh, I like that, modified.
Modified.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. So just to watch the speed of the game, to watch Pickens get to 76
79,
points,
that's
79, that's sick.
Yeah.
it's, yeah.
Can you imagine trying to stand in the batter's
No,
box?
I'd swing 4 times.
Yes.
I just keep swinging, and at one time it's going to hit.
Yes, as she starts to wind up, I'd start
I
swinging.
just start swinging.
I just
Yeah.
start swinging.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I would laugh.
And she's so tall and such an intimidating presence on the mound.
She is. She is.
It makes it
She
even.
is.
It probably looks even faster than that.
Yeah.
To
Yep.
be honest.
Yep.
Like.
And you see those legs and arms coming at
Yeah.
you.
Where to look? Where to look?
yeah. Where do you look?
I think of Randy Johnson a lot too,
Oh,
because
yeah.
he was 6'6" as a pitcher.
Yeah.
He came at you with arms
He was
and
so
legs.
lanky.
And like by the time she does her stride,
Yeah.
you're way closer.
Yeah.
It's way closer.
Oh,
than
yeah.
Exactly.
It's like
yeah.
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which Randy Johnson, I have to give a shout out to him. They're retiring number 51
Oh,
in
damn right.
Seattle this
Damn
week.
right.
Nice.
Damn right, and well done, and it
Yeah.
should be as well. So what do we talk about first? The Texas Longhorns, the Oklahoma Sooners. What do you want to do, Wheels? I'm leaving
Both
the
make me very happy.
softball segment up to you.
So first of all, Texas finally, for the love of God,
For the love of God.
freaking love of God, beat Oklahoma.
It's
Like it's never like
Well, what was
Finally.
it? At Oklahoma, wasn't it like 20 games,
Yeah.
or was it 20 years?
20 years or something
It
like
was
that.
an ungodly stat.
Like
Like, what?
Oklahoma is Texas's kryptonite.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I, as you all know, can't stand Oklahoma.
Well, yes,
thank God we
valid
gave-
though.
Valid.
Gasso a shout out last week. When you
Yes,
weren't
thank
here.
God
Yeah.
you did.
We just gave the record and 8
Oh, okay.
championships, so we had to give her a little shout, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But dying. Like watching the Texas Oklahoma game, I'm literally pacing. Like can't even focus. I'm swearing at the TV. I'm like, they're up by 2, they're up by 2, and I'm like, that's nothing.
Nope.
Yeah.
Literally against
no,
Oklahoma,
nothing.
it's freaking nothing.
Absolutely.
So the whole time I'm like, here we go again. Here we go again.
Yeah.
I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I can't even watch it.
Yep.
But I'm watching it. I'm like this.
Yep.
I'm like, and they win, and I'm like, freaking hallelujah, the streak is over. So like, that's all I care about. The monkey's off our backs. We finally
You
won.
just need to ditch on. You were so frustrated with them during the regular
So
season.
frustrated with
You're
them.
like, I just can't figure this team
can't.
out.
I
They're
couldn't.
so talented. It was. I compared it to when she told me that Joe Burrow was dead to her,
Yes.
and then he threw for 400 or 500 yards, and I'm like, that's just.
And then
it,
he's
Will.
like starting
You
fantasy
just gotta-
quarterback.
Yeah, you just
For
gotta
like
ditch
the rest of the
shit out
season.
them.
season.
For the rest of the season.
Ditch the shit out of them, and boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know.
So I was asked last night at Women's League, so who you picking? And I'm like, you asked me to pick? You asked me where my heart's at? I'm like, I literally sat here 2 weeks ago and said, I'm picking Texas Tech to win it. And that was before anything started.
Right.
You're right.
Anything started. And it just, Kennedy is that good.
She's so
She
And
good.
now
she
that-
threw like 300 pitches in 5 days.
Yeah.
Right?
Over 300
Right?
pitches in
Yes.
5 days. That's insane.
She's
Right?
one of two pitchers
That's
to
insane.
pitch every single inning of her team's
Yo.
in the World
Unbel-
Series.
And they
One
had
of
a
two.
better
Talk about putting
setup.
a team on your back.
Yeah.
And they had a better setup this year where you could
Yes.
have that off day.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Yes.
you know, because we're killing these
Yeah.
pitchers. I don't want to jinx them though, but the offense is playing well too.
They are.
Yeah.
That game was intense though.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, who was it they played the other day that tied it up?
Oklahoma.
Oh, it was.
Oklahoma.
Oh, it was Oklahoma.
With
Sorry,
one strike left.
2 outs, 2 strikes.
I'm getting so caught up in the,
the batter has
UCLA
hit
game.
2 home runs all year.
I like immediately texted you. I was like, I get it now.
I'm like-
I get it now.
I'm like watching this, and I'm like, you have got to be effing kidding
Yep.
me. I'm
I
like,
said-
here we go again.
Yeah.
I said to a coworker, "That's like you or I hitting it out of the park.
Yeah.
Not power hitter.
No.
Not
No,
power hitter
two,
at all."
Her whole
Yep.
career, 2 home runs or this season or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was just like, oh no, I can't. I literally could not. But I like couldn't believe it, but could believe it at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
It's
Thankfully,
thankful.
Texas Tech was the home team.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
so
I
I give
can't-
him
they were the home
credit.
team. Yeah.
And Coach Glasgow, he is calling games.
He is ballsy.
Yeah.
He is like playing with house money.
Yes, he
I've
is.
got the best pitcher,
Yep.
and we're
He's like,
going
"I got
to
nothing to lose."
manufacture
Yeah.
runs.
Oh yeah.
We're going to manufacture runs. Was one of your best plays that steal of
Oh,
home?
it was freaking
Oh
awesome.
my gosh.
and
awesome.
he literally
To call
runs
that
down
play-
the line and celebrates with the
To
players
call
too.
that play. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And the batter did great. I
Yeah.
mean, she just stood there
Yeah.
in the view, and the catcher's was left-handed, so it was a little bit different
Yeah.
view for her
Yeah,
too.
sure,
so it would
sure.
have been a more difficult angle anyway. But I was just like, that's freaking ballsy.
Yeah.
That's ballsy shit.
Yep.
I didn't know a lot about him until this
Yes,
started.
yes.
And did you want to talk more about him with
Yeah,
Sam?
I mean, like his story, I didn't know anything about him either.
Nothing. Knew
I didn't
nothing
really
about
know
the
anything
man.
about Texas Tech until Kennedy went there.
Went there.
'Cause
And
I
we all
remember
went,
The three of
"What?
us were like,
Yeah.
why
Going to
Texas
Texas
went
Tech?
there?
Got to get that NIL money.
Right.
Yeah, she
But
did get that.
She did.
Yep.
And
Ding,
now I
ding.
understand, like, this is his first year there, too. He used to coach at Louisiana. He brought
Yep.
a lot of players
Yep.
with him.
Yep,
They
he
followed
did.
him.
Yep.
Oklahoma pitcher Sam Landry played for him for 3 years. She
Yep.
was like an all-star there. She was the ace there.
Yep.
She wanted to follow him, too, but he told her that for her career, like, it would be a better move for her to go somewhere else where she could be the ace because he thought he was going to get Kennedy to come
Yep.
to Texas Tech.
Jesus, imagine if those two had gone there.
Right?
Oh my
But anyways,
gosh.
you can't have two studs like
You
that. in the
you
same
can't,
team.
and he knew that,
Yeah.
and he
Smart move on
told
his
her
part.
like go to Oklahoma. I know, like I think
Yeah.
whatever. And so they have a great bond. Their story is fantastic.
It
like
is.
I
It
just
really
I thought it
is.
was
Yeah.
so touching. The other part of the story I learned about him is that when he was at Louisiana, his 19-year-old daughter
Yep.
was like a volunteer coach there or
Yep.
something.
And a
she-
successful softball
very
player in
successful,
her
yeah.
time, yeah.
And she was killed in a motor vehicle accident. And she wore number 12. And when Sam Landry played for him, she wore number 12 for her.
Yeah.
Which just gives you such
Damn.
goosebumps, right?
Damn.
And so at the start of this World Series or this season, his other daughter told him, you know what? If Texas Tech goes into the World Series ranked number 12, they're going to win the whole thing, and they're ranked number 12.
And
Yo.
ranked number 12.
Yo.
And it's just like stories
6
like
and 12.
that are
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like, you know, like
Chills.
obviously I want the Longhorns to win,
Yep.
but
Right.
if Texas Tech wins, I'm not sad about it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's one of
You
those
can
things.
enjoy it.
I can
Yeah.
totally enjoy it because Oklahoma's not in there, so I'm not going to be a stress ball.
I mean, do you want
you
to
can
give,
enjoy it.
I can
I want
actually
to give
enjoy it.
kudos to Oklahoma though.
No.
4 in a row. No.
No.
Okay, so What I did hear
Zero
about
kudos.
Oklahoma was that Coach Gasso, it was one of her most enjoyable World Series,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because she really didn't have expectations for this team. And when the expectations were there, she knew she had the team.
Yeah.
It's pretty stressful.
Yeah.
And it is stressful as a coach
Yeah.
when you have the team.
Yeah.
So she really enjoyed it a lot more this year. And I'd say she's probably pretty proud of how far they went. No team has more fun in the dugout than UCLA, though.
No.
With the party in the
Party
dugout.
hats and all
But
that stuff.
at one point, Coach looked like she was wearing a dunce cap in
Yeah.
the corner and not enjoying the party in the dugout. I get it. You keep it loose.
You do.
You do.
Yeah.
We had fun on Sunday with that home run, though, in that UCLA
Yeah.
game against Tennessee. That
That's-
was tough.
I
No matter what way you looked at it. And again, I said out loud, I was working out in the garage with Bo, and I said, Bo, there's no way they're scoring 2 runs
No way.
off of Pickens.
no way.
No way. 2 outs, boom, boom,
Yep.
right like that. And again, why are you pitching to her, though?
Right.
Why are
Yeah.
you pitching to the gal with 25
Right.
home
Why
runs
are you not walking?
on the season?
Walker.
That Tennessee coach stressed me out a
She
lot.
stresses me out anyway.
She stressed me out.
She
'Cause
doesn't
what
smile
other game?
ever.
What was the other game? Oklahoma, right?
Yes, when they played Oklahoma.
When she did the same thing, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
why did you not walk her?
Walker. It was to the player of the year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm watching it again, working out, going, Walker, I don't
Give her the
care
pass.
that it puts the tying run on second.
it doesn't matter.
Because guess who's on deck? A freshman.
Right.
Sorry, freshman, but now you got to go
Right.
into that box.
Right.
Why
I
are
don't
you
get it.
pitching?
I feel like they
to
just,
these players.
yeah. There was so many times I'm like, just walk them. Just like, what are you doing?
She did it twice.
I don't know.
Ay, ay, ay.
But that was that whole thing was so funky because clearly she misses the plate, which
Yep.
in my mind, I'm like, you have one job. Touch the damn plate. Touch the damn, like, you just hit the ball over the fence. The last thing you should want to do is be like, oh, I'm just going to skip my way through here. Like, touch the damn plate.
And it's so funny, all the games after that, and there was a lot of home runs hit
There
after
was a
that.
ton.
I don't know which coach it was, but as they're rounding third, you could read her lips, touch home plate. And I'm like, whoa, that one was obvious.
Yep. Touch
the
the plate.
only thing, and I was texting with you, and I was just like, the excitement.
I
The
get
excitement. And she literally was looking right at her buddy that was on base.
Yes.
And it was almost like she was going to hug her. And she just did the emphatic stomp, but was going, she was just looking at her. And I'm like, just wants to get to that teammate. But my favorite part of that was the catcher.
Yeah.
Catchers are so brilliant anyway.
We really are brilliant.
Brilliant. And she knew, because how many times do you think she watches?
All the time.
All the
Catchers are
effing
trained
time.
to do that.
All the
Always
time.
watch the
Because it
plate.
wasn't even a, did she? It was a, I mean, her face was just freaking priceless. And I'm like, holy shit. Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, she grabbed her. And then I felt for that umpire.
I did too.
Because you might as well have played
Yeah.
the do.
He was sweating. He was stressing. He's like,
and
"Hey, what's
they
happening?"
have to get it right.
Yep.
And then they're even showing the guys, and then they're like, and he's just doing. I watched his nervous twitch. He would
Yeah.
do this a lot. Fidget with his.
I wouldn't want to make that call.
Well, it's like kill the
No.
messenger. Like, because
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not
I
the
wouldn't
one
wanna
that
make
makes
that
it.
call.
He's the one that just
Exactly.
has to announce it.
Yeah.
So
And
it's like, oh,
They
shit.
showed probably. I'm sure there was tons of fans, but they just zeroed in the camera on this one guy after the call was made that I thought was going to blow a gasket. I'm like, there's going to be something's going to pop in his brain. He
Yeah.
is screaming
Yeah.
at the home plate umpire who's just making the call.
Yeah.
Right.
But when it took that long, I'm like, okay, we have a unique situation.
Very unique.
Beth Mowens is like, in 20 years of covering this, we've never had this before. And I'm like, yeah, you're trying to fill the air on this one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, something's going to happen where they're going to overturn the fact that they had said she hit home plate, but it's going to be something that's
Yeah.
not really in
that
the
none of us
rule
will ever
book.
think about.
Yep.
But because the umpire never said she missed the plate,
Yep.
it was because the call was challenged to be reviewed. It couldn't be reviewed because there was no call made. Technically.
And did you see Tennessee going through the whole
Oh,
rule
yeah.
book as all
Yeah.
this was happening?
Yeah. They were like, I feel like Google was freaking, everybody
yeah.
was Googling. It was like,
Yep.
what are the rules? And even the on-deck batter knew. The on-deck batter grabbed her and
Yeah.
was like, touch the plate, even though you can't do that. But
Right.
like, in that situation, you're just like, oh my God, touch the freaking plate. Like,
Yeah.
just touch it.
Yeah, yeah.
Not thinking that, like, I can't touch her.
Right, exactly.
But
exactly.
But I've
That's
also
exactly
watched
it.
games, like high school games, where, and in fact, I think we played in a women's game once where we had a runner around third, and our base coach was like, no, and touched her, and then you're out.
Yep.
And it's just like,
I almost did that at States years ago
Yeah.
as a player, but I was base coaching.
yeah. And you
And
just
it
don't
wasn't
think
that
about
bad.
it.
So, and I did literally. I was like, no, and I'm like, whoa, can't touch the runner. And it just you can, in that moment.
You do. You get
in
caught.
that moment.
You get caught in the moment. And I understood like the teammates getting caught up in the moment. And I'm just like, I think about if it was me, like I've never hit a ball over a fence ever in my life,
Right.
ever. And if like I hit a ball over the fence, I'm taking my sweet ass time.
Oh, yeah,
and
me too.
Every base, I'm stomping on that damn
Yep.
thing. And I'm like,
Yep, I would do the same thing. 'Cause
Same
I'm
thing.
not I was never a
yeah,
home run hitter.
I don't hit it over the
Nope.
fence. So I'm like, I'm gonna enjoy this shit,
Yep.
and I'm gonna make sure I emphatically touch home plate.
I literally just stared at that TV for 13
Yeah,
minutes or
I just-
14, however long, and was texting with you going,
Yep.
you can't end the game
No.
like this, so.
I'm like, you don't
You
want to
really
lose or win
can't.
like that either.
And then after the call, I'm like, well, now I feel bad for Tennessee. I mean, I didn't care who won the game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was more with Pickens, but I was kind of glad they won. It really was. But
Yeah.
what an exciting World
The
Series.
World Series, this has been the best World Series in a long time.
really has been.
Yeah, in a very, very long time.
And again, these athletes are just phenomenal
yeah, they're
athletes.
insane. Yeah, it's insane.
And the other thing, back in the day, pitchers never hit.
Right.
And now you're seeing these amazing athletes that are just
Playing,
as good.
like hitting cleanup.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or Jordy Ball batting
Yeah.
lead
Yes,
off.
lead
Yeah,
off. And there's no team I wanted more in the College World Series than
neither.
Nebraska because it's just so fun to watch.
So fun. She's amazing.
So freaking fun to watch. So amazing. Yeah, so amazing. So it's been amazing.
Yeah, it has.
I'm going to be sad when it's over. Whiteboard Wednesday will give us our prediction for that as well. But I will say this: Wheels is going to enjoy it no matter what.
Yes, I will.
It's going to be good. I just wanted to go 3 games.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want
Yeah.
it to go.
I
3
want them to be
games.
good games. Go three.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I want Texas to win, but like I
Yeah.
said, I'm just going to be happy.
Yeah.
That I just want it to be good games.
Yeah.
That's
And
all.
here's the thing that probably makes me lean. I like the Longhorns a lot. I do. I like Kennedy a lot. I really enjoy watching her play. And there was just something in my gut that said Texas Tech. And I didn't know the story because I would have been all in with
Yeah.
Texas Tech, knowing the 12th seed, the number 12. But I just feel like it's Texas' turn.
Yes.
They haven't. They've been so close.
So
in
close.
it last year as
Yeah.
well. So they're right there.
Yeah.
They're right there, and
there.
I'm like, it's literally
And
got to be their year.
They beat Oklahoma. They got over
Right.
that hump. Like,
Yep. That was a
Be
gorilla
hard- it'd
on
be
their back.
heartbreaking.
It will be heartbreaking. And I'm just so used to having my heart broken by them. Like, just, like
At some point, if you're getting
At some
frustrated,
point-
just say you're dead to me, Texas,
right,
and
that's
it'll
true.
turn it around.
Yep. Yeah.
It'll turn
That's
it around.
true.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Absolutely.
And my other favorite part, and I don't know if I just haven't noticed it in the last whatever years, but it's watching the players from 2 years ago, 3 years ago,
Yeah,
5
yeah.
years ago in
Yeah.
the stands. They are literally on the edge of
Oh,
their
yeah.
seat.
Yeah.
As an alumni, you are beyond vested.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
Oh, yeah.
just, how fun is that to watch? It's just been
So
so much fun.
I'm telling you, I'm going to go there one day. One day I will go to
Yes.
the College World Series.
Yes, indeed.
First we got to go to the
Indeed.
Clearwater tournament.
And that one's happening.
Yes.
That one's happening. So that starts tonight or tomorrow?
Tonight. Game 1, 8
And
o'clock.
NBA's tomorrow.
And NBA's tomorrow. Yep.
And Stanley Cup is tonight.
Tonight.
Just to throw
a
that
lot
out
Busy.
there.
Busy.
Busy.
Stanley Cup is the same 2 teams as
Yeah.
last year. And as much as I want Edmonton and Connor McDavid to hoist the cup, Florida is better than they were last year. And that scares the living
Yeah.
daylights out of me. Carbo wants to go to the game tonight, but she cannot miss the Stanley Cup.
Cup.
That girl is a hockey girl.
I get it.
Through and through.
Get it. I'm going to go, but the game starts at 8, so I got to be home. You
Yep.
know.
Yep.
First pitch is at 8.
First pitch. Let's talk a little W. Want to talk the W? There is 2 undefeated teams still.
Yep.
Not a shocker.
Not a shock of the 2 at all.
I ask you guys this, just at this point in the season.
Yep.
And you might say, well, I don't know. Who's more balanced at this point in the season?
Oh, jeez.
Offensively, defensively, scoring.
Oh, jeez.
Because I know I talked glowingly about, now I can't come up with her name. Who's my
Natasha
kid
Cloud.
on the Liberty that I
Natasha Cloud.
Natasha Cloud.
She's the difference on that
She's
team.
so-
Thank you. That's
and
exactly what I said
She's
last week.
100% the difference.
She's
If
so
they
fun,
didn't
too.
have Cloud, they're a beatable team.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
And they're not
Yes,
undefeated
but-
right now either.
No, her assists are just.
Well, that
And she's
her
a dog
defense,
on defense.
Yeah,
she's
her,
a dog on
dog.
yeah.
her defense on Caitlin Clark when they played was the reason they
That's
won.
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
I knew she played defense, but then when I
Yeah.
watched her defend Clark, I was like, holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
You guys don't have Cloud on this team?
No.
Oh yeah.
No,
New
she
York
is
is
the
a
difference.
beatable team.
100%.
Not to take
100%.
anything away from Inescu and Stewie and,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
rest of
No.
them, but I'm like, Natasha Cloud balances
Difference
that
maker. Yes.
team.
Holy shit! I was watching Liberty face. Was it the Valkyries that they
And
almost
it was
lost?
a great game.
Yeah.
But like Stewie,
Thursday.
Stewie had like 20 free throws.
Yes.
Yes.
She had fucking 20 free throws, and I was like,
Oh, CB, you didn't even have $1 yet.
I was like,
Nicely done.
Jesus Christ! And I like,
She was like 18 for 20 from
yeah,
the line.
yeah. I was like, and they were soft. They were so soft. There was maybe a couple of hard ones. I'm like, all right,
Soft
all
like
right,
the finals call that was on her. And
Did you see the
Sometimes
shirt?
superstars get calls.
There was
Yeah.
at the Lynx game. They were wearing a shirt that said, "Everyone watched the Minnesota get robbed."
I knew there would be shirts made.
Yep. I was like, I want that shirt.
yeah.
So Natasha Cloud makes a huge difference.
Yes.
Huge.
And
Yes.
you've already got the superstars on that
Yep.
team. What a difference Lynx team with McBride back.
Oh yeah.
and
just way
she
more
logged, what,
comfortable.
31 minutes the first night?
Yep.
Watching them play without Collier,
Yeah.
who was out for that one game with the knee injury. And again, Phoenix in that game didn't have AT. Melissa Thomas
Right.
was out
So
in
that
that
helped.
game.
That helped a lot.
But you take Collier out of a lineup, I literally was like, Phoenix is going to
Oh,
win.
100%.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So balance again.
Yeah.
And Heidemann and Williams are two underrated guards.
Yes.
They really are.
Yo, I love Williams' midi.
Yeah.
Like her middies, and Natisha Heidemann and
Heidemann's playing really good.
and Erica Wheeler are like my
Yes.
two front runners for like six.
No relation, in case you're wondering.
Yeah, yeah. 6th player of the year. But Erica Wheeler's playing her butt off.
she is playing
on
out of her
Seattle.
mind for Seattle. She
Yeah.
is.
But like they're like my two front runners right now
Yeah.
as 6th player of the year.
And the two teams I can't figure out, like they're right there,
LA?
right there. LA and even Dallas.
Yep.
I watched
Oh, yeah.
Dallas
Yeah,
last
Dallas
night
is a mess.
Without,
They are a mess.
Without Paige Beckers.
Yep.
And they should have won last night against
Yep.
Seattle.
There's-
Led the whole freaking game.
There's a brilliant picture of whatever the coach's name is, the new
For
coach.
Dallas?
Yep, talking to Paige Beckers, and Paige Beckers just looks like she's dying inside.
Oh, well,
She's
you
like, where's
just went
Gino?
From
She
Gino
She went from Gino to
to a rookie.
to this
to a
guy.
rookie coach.
She's
Who,
like,
Who
where's
like
Gino?
is described as like all vibes. It's just all vibes.
No.
Wow.
So he's going to last 1 year.
Yep, 1 year.
Yeah.
If that.
Out
Yeah.
the door he goes.
But
Beckers will pick the next coach.
yeah, for real though, like you build around Beckers, get rid of Enrique.
Yeah. Arike's the problem.
She is such a problem.
She's a huge problem.
We were
She
saying last
does not
week-
want to share the
Yes.
ball. She doesn't want to share the glory. She
The-
wants to
yep.
be
the
number
worse
one
she's
player.
doing, the worse it gets.
Yes.
Yes.
Because
yes,
she's
indeed.
chasing those stats.
Yep.
And it's just becomes even more of a black hole.
Yeah,
It's so
she
bad.
is bad.
We were talking last week about, I don't know, there was a game she was shooting like 2 for 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And every time Becker shot, she wasn't missing.
Right.
And she's such a good facilitator as well. But Paige was the one keeping the team up.
Yep.
So at the half, I'm just watching the body language. At the half, Agumbawali just bolts to the locker room.
Yep.
Doesn't walk with any of her teammates, just bolts, and Paige goes over to the bench, gets a towel, is high-fiving everybody, walking with her teammates
Right.
to the locker room. I'm like, and again, she is a natural born
Born
leader.
leader.
anyways.
Yes. Yes.
But yeah, Agumbawali's going to kill them.
Yep.
They're she's
Yeah.
going to be the reason
Yeah,
why
her
they
and the
don't-
coach gotta
Yep.
go.
Yep.
Get a number 1 draft pick, or get a first-round draft pick, whether it's number 1 or not, to pair with Paige.
Yep.
Get
Maddie-
Easy Fudd.
Right?
Yeah.
Get Easy Fudd.
Oh,
or
yeah.
Sarah Strong.
And
my
Segrist needs to play more. Her and Paige enjoy playing together.
I love Segrist because she, even being a guard, is always going after rebounds. She's
Yes.
kind of like Lexi Hall that way.
Yes,
The game
yes.
last night
She's a
versus
dog.
Seattle, she was always going for
Yeah.
yeah.
Lexi
So,
Hall's on my all-dog team.
Yeah, she is.
I know, but who would take Enrique?
Yeah.
Who would
Right.
take Enrique? Her field goal percentage is an all-time, her career low right now. It's bad.
And I will say this, because you mentioned LA, that team I can't figure out. Maybe when Brink comes back.
Yep.
Kelsey Plum is playing out of her mind.
Yep.
She really is.
Yep.
And what a solid facilitator. What a great leader. LA definitely won that trade, hands
Yep.
down.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not
Oh,
even
yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not even close.
They have a great team.
They do.
They
They
have
just can't get over that
They have
hump.
Rakia.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And they will figure
They'll
it out.
figure it
They'll
out.
figure it out
Yeah.
because there's a lot of pieces that have been put together last year
Yeah.
and now this year
Yeah.
with
I mean,
Kelsey.
the Fever are a freaking disaster right now.
Yeah, a lot of injuries.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
like picking players up off the street.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I saw that.
But
on the bottom line.
Ari McDonald actually played really well.
Yeah.
Like she was the player that they needed to facilitate because no
Yeah.
one else knew what the fuck they were doing.
No.
That's another.
And you
Donna.
can't have Kelsey Mitchell be your point guard because she's a
she's just-
freaking black hole.
She's just not. She's a
shooter. Yeah.
She's just a shooter.
And your jar is being made, by the way.
Oh, okay.
I can't. Your F jar.
But then,
After-
did you see
Yeah.
Sophie Cunningham like lost a tooth?
no, I didn't see
I
that.
love her, by the
She
way.
like
Me
cracked.
too.
Oh
she,
my
like,
God, I love
cracked
her.
a tooth.
No.
Like I forgot who it was on. It was on Sheldon. JC Sheldon.
JC Sheldon.
She like cracked her front tooth.
And don't forget that the one team in the WNBA that has the most consecutive playoff appearances is Connecticut.
Yeah.
Have they won a game yet?
No.
No,
Or one,
I
maybe.
think they won one.
Did they? But again, a really young
Was
team.
it
Very.
Was it against the Fever?
Probably.
I think it was against the Fever.
Oh, we're gonna have to check that out.
Fever are Struggle City.
Who do we think's more balanced?
Oh,
Minnesota
jeez.
or
I'm going to say
Liberty?
Minnesota right now.
You are.
Me
Yes.
too. Their defense is.
Because they play.
I mean, I
really
still
good
don't
defense.
trust.
And I think-
Stewie is still for me right now.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that
I'm-
assessment.
yeah.
Stewie,
So-
to me, I don't know.
She sometimes looks like she just doesn't want to be there, and then
Yeah.
other times she's a dog. It's like I don't
Yeah.
like. She's very inconsistent as far
Yeah.
as energy level, I guess.
Yes, it's the
Yeah,
energy level.
yeah.
They did win against the Fever.
Yeah.
They
Solid.
did?
Yeah.
Must be the
Fever
only
are
score I
Struggle
missed.
City.
Yeah.
The Fever will be fine by
They
the end
will.
of the
They
year.
will.
Yes,
They will.
they'll be fine. I would. Yeah, I'm not a gambler, but if I was, I would put them still
Yep.
in the final.
Yeah.
But you want to know what's going to be fun? If them and the Liberty
I know.
for the right to
my
go to the
gosh.
final.
Yeah.
That one to me will be a lot of fun. And I love having that WNBA, the channel where you can watch all
yeah,
these
league
games.
pass.
And you can go back and watch it again.
Yep.
It's just so much fun.
Oh my gosh, so much.
So
fun.
much fun. Any team surprised you in a good way? I mean, we're talking about teams trying to bring it together and being young or having new superstars like a Kelsey Plum.
The Dream. They're killing it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
They're killing it.
And even when they lose, they're still in it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
had mentioned Seattle at the beginning of the
Yeah.
year, and then I said to you like a week later,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have not even paid attention
Yeah.
to the Atlanta Dream. But once I've watched them now for a couple games, and they play better without Griner out there, by the way.
I mean, yeah.
Alicia Gray,
Yeah.
that you have talked about
Alicia-
for
I love
years.
her. She's a dog on defense. She's a
complete
She's a bucket on
freaking
offense.
Yeah,
dog.
they're playing very well.
Yeah.
And
Very,
she's
very
like
well.
this
Yep.
the whole time.
Yep.
I'm like, holy, what a
Yeah.
professional!
And she's got
out
that
there.
southern drawl. Freaking
Yeah.
love it.
I'm like, CP, man, she called it
Yeah.
a couple of years ago.
Yep.
It's a good team that plays defense.
Yeah.
Well coached. I can't think of the coach's name. He came from Florida Gulf Coast, though. This guy knows how to coach.
Yep.
Period.
Because they were a fun team, the Florida Gulf Coast, remember? Oh my God, so fun to watch.
So fun to watch. So, yeah, thank you for saying
They're
that,
good.
because I'm
Yeah.
like, Atlanta, and I don't pay attention to
Yeah.
them.
Seattle's being investigated again.
Say that again?
Seattle, their coaching is being investigated again.
Seriously?
Yep. It was just announced today. I don't know what it's about, but yeah, it was just announced
to
that they're
check
being
into that.
investigated again. I don't know what it's for. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. On that note of investigation, we're going to go to Whiteboard Wednesday.
Yes.
Ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. First question. I'm gonna start you guys off soft here.
Okay. You were. It was tough last week. It was,
But we answered a lot alike.
yeah, we did.
Now I'm going to see how you and Wheels do here. The NBA Finals. Who wins it and how many games?
Oh jeez.
I knew that was going to be one of the questions today.
Oh jeez.
I'll just give mine. I'm going OKC in 6. Okay. We did our baseball predictions at the beginning of the year. When it came to the American League Central,
Yeah.
I think we all were Royals. I know Wheels and I were.
Yes,
Were you Royals
100%.
still?
I think I was.
Royals.
I said-
Was I? I think I was.
I said Guardians as a wild card team.
Yep.
Still, the best team in the major leagues is the
What?
Detroit Tigers. 40 wins
Yep.
by the Tigers. You
Yep.
got a few others with 39, 38 wins.
Yep.
Do you want to change your prediction, or do you want to leave it Kansas City? And if you do change it, is it the Tigers or is it the Guardians? Or are you going to stay true to your preseason prediction? This one's going to... Jack Caglianone was brought
Right.
up. Oh my
They
God.
are
Makes
bringing
me
him
more
up.
of a Kansas City fan.
I know.
I love that guy.
I was like, ooh, they're bringing up the stud.
I'm like, yep, come join Bobby Witt.
Oh, I can't. My poor boy, Bobby. Oh, you would have to ask that question.
Now I got to remember which one I'm asked. I'm going to go out of order here. That was that one.
And you know me, I change my teams all the time. I'm like, well,
No,
not me.
Stop
How
it
about,
right
but
now.
how about the most winningest team coming out of the Central?
right.
Come on.
Right? So
All right.
next one, with what I said about Diana Taurasi talking about Paige Beckers being, she'll figure it out. She's a winner. She's learned over the years. She is going to be the best. When their careers are over,
Oh, no.
who has more MVPs? Paige Beckers or Caitlin?
I knew you were going to do that. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Nobody listening here
MVP.
is going to be, everybody knows. my
That's
answer.
1A, and 1B is who has more
Dude, but that's so tough
W championships.
because shit's gonna go down next season with the
With everybody
with
being
all-
a free agent?
Yeah, with everyone being a free agent. So it's like
Dun, dun, dun.
right now, Caitlin's, and because they're both like they both love.
I don't think CB wants to answer this.
She doesn't.
Oh my gosh.
I'm answering it because everybody in the world knows what my answer is.
What I mean, yes, they're both great shooters, but what everyone loves about them is they're great facilitators.
Absolutely.
And right now,
Love
Caitlin
that.
has a better team to facilitate to. But then everything's gonna go down.
Right, but it's career,
Career.
I know.
not just season, CB. Just put CC down there, would you?
No.
Nope, but now we know. Oh, that's hilarious.
I think
Nobody will be shocked by my answer to that question.
And I always throw a fantasy football question in here. I can't remember what it was
man.
last week, but
oh man.
CB and I answered the same. Had to do with middle round receivers or something. Anyways,
Okay.
you can't get one of the top 3 receivers in the first round. That would be Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and CeeDee Lamb.
Joe Edson says, "Who's the new guest?" Hi, Wheels.
Hi, Joe. Special guest today.
Evening, Joe.
So you're drafting at the back end of round 1. You can't get one of the 3 big guys.
So
in a
not
PPR
Jefferson,
league.
not
Not
Chase.
Chase and not CeeDee Lamb. So I'm going to give you. You're drafting at number 8, PPR.
Which I probably will end up drafting.
Do
at
you
number
go running back, or are you going to take a shot at Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors, or Amon-Ra?
8. Ooh.
That's my next tier, in my mind. The
But
big
number
3,
8 is still first round.
Yep. Or as you're sitting there at 8 going, do I take one of the next tier, or do I go for a Jahmyr Gibbs?
Right.
Right.
You and I talk about this all the time.
So I gave you my
God.
3 that I liked as far as the next tier of receivers. Do you go running back, or do you go Nico, Malik, or Amon?
Oh my God.
Dun, dun, dun.
Amron, another player that every time I bet on him would miss it by like a yard or 2 yards.
Right.
Watch, now I'm going to have the number 8 pick in our fantasy draft.
And last question. Who wins the College World Series? You don't even have to say in how many games. Just who wins it. I feel like I'm playing with your heart tonight.
You really are tugging at them.
Tug,
Tugging at the
tug.
heartstrings tonight. All these questions.
Dun, dun, dun. Which question did I ask first?
NBA.
Okay, cool. Cool. Because I really went out of order here. Shocking. All right. Who wins the NBA championship and how many games? I said
let's
OKC
get,
and
remember
6.
CB last year got it right on. You
She
nailed
did.
it. You nailed it last year.
I know.
Last 2 years, I think.
Yes, last
Yeah,
2 years.
I think so.
Go for it, my friend.
I went with you and I said OKC in 6.
As did I.
OKC in 6. So
I was-
now we've podcast jinxed OKC.
Correct. So now Indiana will
Fabulous.
win in 4.
Fabulous. Fabulous. All right.
It's great. Sorry, OKC.
Was my
sorry.
next question the baseball or the
Yes,
MVP? Okay.
baseball.
So preseason, we were just dogs over the KC Royals.
Yes.
Right now, a third of the way through, a little more than that, the Tigers have the best record in Major League Baseball. Do you want to change your pick to the Tigers, or do you stay true?
I
True
said
blue.
I said Royals, no bandwagging here.
I stayed
no
true.
bandwagon.
I stayed true as well.
You stayed true as
Yes.
well.
I can't go against Bobby.
Okay.
I can't do
Okay.
it.
Okay.
I love that guy.
DT, Diana Taurasi spoke highly about Paige Beckers being the best in the game. Who has more MVPs when their careers are up? Caitlin Clark was obviously the answer to my left.
Correct.
The answer to my right is?
So I said
She's going to dissect it.
I know. Dissect this for
I
an hour.
said Beckers for the most MVPs, but I said CC for the most championships.
Did you go championships too? Mm-hmm. With obviously.
CC, obviously.
I just
Looks
think,
at me like, hello.
I just think that like they were talking about the off season, so I think Beckers will get the most MVPs because I think all around all around player, I think she's more well balanced because she has better defense.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think
I can admit that.
Yep.
in the off season, she made calls to the to DeWanna Bonner. She made calls to Natasha, and to try and get them to come to Indiana. And they're like, yeah, no, we're already coming. So I think she will bring people will want to come play
With her.
With her,
So
right.
she'll have the better team. So I think she'll have more championships, but I think Beckers will have more MVPs. Does that make sense?
Agree.
Yeah.
I don't know about the MVP. I do think that Caitlin's going to have more championships.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's going to be fun to
If,
watch.
if Beckers can stay healthy, though, that's
True.
huge for her.
True.
And if
stay healthy.
Caitlin
And
cannot
Caitlin
get
Clark.
teed up and kicked out of games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And Caitlin Clark has never been injured, has
No.
she?
This is
Nope.
the first time.
Yeah, she never missed any college games due to injury, nothing.
No.
All right, so you're drafting at the back end of round 1 in fantasy football. You have no shot at the top tier 3.
Joe said Stewart.
Stewart.
And he said Royals. He also said Page, of course.
Yeah, that's the UConn fans.
I know.
And he says Pacers in 6.
It's
all
hard to go against them, too, with the way they're playing. All right, do you draft a running back, PPR league, or do you go with the next tier, which is my next tier, Nico Collins, Malik Neighbors, or Amon Ra, or do you go with one of the top running backs?
I chose-
Well, even then, you might not have a top running back sitting there.
Well, I went as those 3 receivers are already gone.
Yep.
So, and then a couple
Couple running backs,
will be
yeah.
gone
like a
after that.
Barkley
Yeah.
and a Bijan.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I said in the 8th that I would take a running back.
You would take a running back.
Yes.
I went with Amon.
That would have
like-
been my other choice.
I like Amon Ra.
And guess
I
what
do
my
like
choice
him.
was? Malik Neighbors. I don't know why. What is it with me and the Giants?
Yeah, I think you
No.
are a bandwagon
You think
Giants
I'm a
fan.
Giants fan? I think I'm a Giant fan. I'm like, why?
You're more of a Giants fan than we're Giants.
I
fans.
mean, Neighbors is amazing, but I mean, do you?
Like, who's going to throw it? I mean,
I mean,
I knew that was coming.
do you trust Russell Wilson?
who's going to throw to him?
Jackson Dart. I just like saying his name. All right, and last but certainly not least, on the heels of one of the best College World Series that we've all been watching, who wins? Hook 'em horns.
Yeah, as much as I want to say Texas Tech, I'm going with Texas.
I'm going with Texas as well.
As much as I want to say Texas Tech.
Some horns.
Yes, hook 'em horns, people.
Hook 'em
Hook 'em
horns.
horns.
I just think mentally getting over
Yep.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that monkey off your back.
yeah,
Finally.
500-pound
play-
gorilla is gone.
You can play
Is
more
gone.
free, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think, yeah. And they're all playing for the pitcher's grandmother. Like,
Yep.
it's just like
Oh my God, what a
that
story.
right?
Might have cried on
I might
that
have shed
one.
a tear a little.
I was like, I'm crying watching softball now. This is wonderful.
Crying in softball?
As we say, all sports, every day, all the time. You've got
And
high
there's
school
so
sports.
Yes. Yep.
Going into the quarters, you've got the Stanley Cup. You've always got the WNBA. You've got the College World Series. And who am I leaving out? Oh, the NBA.
The NBA.
Yeah.
And the
The
Stanley
NBA.
Cup.
And if you don't like the NBA, watch at least a game.
It's going to be fun.
You'll love it.
It's
It's
kind of
literally a track meet.
Yep.
These two
Exactly.
teams are a
Yes.
track meet.
Yeah.
Like they are fun to watch.
You're gonna
So
enjoy
fun.
it. Wheels, glad to have you back.
Yes, glad to be back.
And we'll see you next Wednesday. Have a great rest of the week and a great weekend of sports all the time.